The thoughts we nurture in our minds quietly shape the stories our bodies live out each day. From subtle daydreams to those persistent inner dialogues, our mental patterns can become gentle companions or, at times, stern critics. Today, let's open ourselves to a new possibility: that we can guide these inner scripts toward a more loving, healing path, one that nurtures our physical well-being alongside our emotional growth. Welcome. In this exploration, we'll look closely at how a small tweak in attitude or perspective can have a ripple effect throughout our entire being. Often, we walk through life giving much attention to outside demands, work deadlines, family obligations, social expectations, yet neglect to notice the steady hum of thoughts looping through our minds. Imagine, for a moment, what might happen if we took a few moments each day to feed ourselves compassion, just as we might water a beloved houseplant. Could that small daily act encourage a flourish of well-being? I wholeheartedly believe so. Over the next sections, we'll dive into practical ways to elevate self-care beyond pampering, turning it into a full-fledged system of support that connects mind and body. We'll learn about the power of self-love, a concept some might find cliché, yet remains profoundly effective when practiced consistently and sincerely. We'll talk about affirmations, those straightforward yet potent phrases that, repeated often enough, can melt away old, limiting beliefs. And we'll discover mirror work, a method both simple and brave, inviting us to meet our own gaze and speak healing truths into the mirror's reflection. If you've ever felt disconnected or helpless about certain health issues, tired aches you can't explain, tension that refuses to budge, this conversation may provide a comforting sense of empowerment. Recent discussions in wellness circles are buzzing about how emotional clarity can lead to physical relief, echoing age-old philosophies that our inner climate reflects outward. It's not just about ignoring medical advice or wishful thinking. Rather, it's about adding another dimension to your self-care regimen, one that addresses the heart, mind, and soul alongside the body. Remember, transformation needn't be dramatic or instantaneous. Progress often appears in subtle shifts, finding yourself a little kinder toward your reflection, noticing a calmer approach to daily stressors, sleeping more peacefully at night. Each gentle step forward counts, and with each, you'll find the foundation of your health broadening from a purely external approach to one that's inclusive of your valuable inner world. Because in truth, that is where lasting change thrives. Let's step onto this path of self-healing with openness and curiosity. In the coming sections, we'll discuss how the mind-body connection acts as a silent backbone for our experiences, how self-love can lift our everyday perspective, how affirmations can reshape deep-seated beliefs, and more. By the end, you may feel inspired to craft a daily routine that roots you in warmth and possibility, guiding you toward a life brimming with harmony and vibrant well-being. Have you ever noticed your stomach flutter with nerves before an important meeting, or felt a wave of relief wash through your entire body after resolving a heated argument? These experiences are tangible signs of the mind-body connection at play. In the same way that a smile can lift your mood, or a loving embrace can ease tension, our mental and emotional states constantly influence how our bodies respond. It's as though our cells are eavesdropping on our every thought, translating our internal dialogue into physical signals, be it relaxation or anxiety. A big part of this connection involves the stress response. When we feel under threat, whether from external pressure or a spiraling worry, our sympathetic nervous system kicks in, readying the body for fight or flight. Over time, if left unchecked, chronic stress can strain our immune system, digestion, and overall vitality. Conversely, a calming mental environment can tip us back into balance, activating the parasympathetic rest and digest mode that allows our bodies to restore themselves. Recent self-help discussions often center around the idea of neuroplasticity. Our brains can reorganize, forging new neural pathways in response to fresh experiences or beliefs. If you've spent years repeating, "I'm always sick," or "I can't handle stress," it's as if you've carved a deep groove in your mental landscape. But neuroplasticity suggests you can gently create an alternative groove by introducing kinder, more uplifting statements, paving the way for a shift in how your body manages strain. This is why mindfulness practices have gained such traction. Meditative breathing, body scans, or even gentle movement exercises like yoga or Tai Chi help us tune in to the interplay between mental chatter and physical sensations. By noticing where we hold tension, perhaps a tightened jaw or clenched fists, we can trace the emotional patterns fueling that stress. Gaining awareness is the first step to releasing these patterns, offering our bodies a chance to exhale and unwind. Some people find it helpful to track this connection daily. For instance, you could keep a short journal, observing how certain thoughts or emotional states coincide with aches, headaches, or spikes of exhaustion. Over a few weeks, a picture may emerge. It might reveal that recurring thoughts of self-doubt precede insomnia, or that a habit of rushing from task to task fosters consistent shoulder pain. In seeing the pattern, you empower yourself to intervene, introducing deliberate mental shifts or stress-reducing exercises at the earliest sign. Remember, acknowledging the mind-body link doesn't mean blaming ourselves for every ailment. Rather, it means recognizing we can play an active role in our healing. Yes, external factors like genetics or accidents exist, but within that framework, we hold considerable influence over how we respond and adapt. Next, we'll delve into the bedrock that supports these responses: self-love. Strengthening your foundation of self-compassion can let your mind and body harmonize in deeper ways than you might have ever imagined possible. Self-love is more than just a trendy phrase. It's the gentle, unwavering acceptance of yourself, flaws, quirks, and all, and it forms the bedrock for any lasting transformation, physical or otherwise. When you cultivate self-love, you open doors to compassion, resilience, and forgiveness, thereby creating an internal environment where healing can naturally unfold. Think of it like rich soil. Affirmations and mindset shifts flourish best when rooted in genuine self-appreciation. But here's a truth we often shy away from. Many of us learned the opposite. We might have grown up internalizing critical voices, either from family, peers, or society, until they became our own. Over the years, we repeated to ourselves, "I'm not enough," "I always mess up," or "I don't deserve kindness." Such narratives take a toll on our emotional and physical health, fueling stress and deepening cycles of insecurity. When left unchecked, they can color how we see ourselves and the world, leaving little room for hope or renewal. The good news is that these beliefs aren't set in stone. By making small, consistent choices to treat yourself kindly, you begin to erode the old narratives. For instance, you might start the morning by placing a hand on your heart and whispering, "I am worthy of my own love." Or you might end the day with a brief gratitude exercise, thanking your body for what it allowed you to do. At first, such acts may feel unnatural, especially if you're accustomed to self-criticism, but repetition slowly remolds your mental framework. Engaging with your reflection can amplify this process. Something as simple as looking in the mirror and uttering, "I love you," can trigger deep-seated emotions, but it also offers a direct path to rewriting your self-concept. Each time you speak kindly to that person in the mirror, you reinforce the truth that you deserve gentleness, that your body is not your enemy, but a remarkable vessel worthy of care and respect. Some people question whether self-love equates to narcissism or selfishness. In reality, authentic self-love fosters humility and empathy. It frees you from the tyranny of self-doubt, making it easier to be present and supportive of others. Feeling secure in who you are means you're not constantly seeking validation or competing for external praise. Paradoxically, the more you love yourself, the more space you have within to love those around you. If you're unsure where to begin, consider simple self-care rituals. For example, dedicate a few minutes to something that replenishes your spirit, like listening to calming music, sipping tea mindfully, or journaling your feelings without judgment. Over time, as these small acts accumulate, you'll likely notice your posture changing, your interactions softening, and a warmth you once longed for now radiating from within. And it's precisely in this environment of self-acceptance that we can introduce affirmations, phrases designed to anchor us in positivity and reshape even the most stubborn mental habits. At any given moment, our minds hum with an internal monologue, reflecting on tasks, fretting about the future, replaying memories. Affirmations act like gentle interventions in that stream, nudging our thoughts toward more supportive beliefs. When used consistently, they can become powerful tools for shifting the subconscious narrative from self-sabotage to self-empowerment. Think of affirmations as carefully chosen seeds. Each time you speak or think one, like, "I am capable and deserving of good health," you plant it in the fertile ground of your subconscious mind. Over days and weeks of repetition, these seeds begin to sprout, tangibly reshaping your worldview. Before you know it, you may notice small changes. You talk to yourself more kindly, you recover from setbacks quicker, or you feel less tension in your body when confronted with stress. To make affirmations resonate, a few nuances help. First, speak them in the present tense. "I am healing," instead of "I will heal." This signals your mind that the desired state is already unfolding, encouraging a quicker emotional alignment. Second, choose statements you can emotionally connect with. If saying, "I am completely free of pain," feels too large a stretch, opt for something that reflects openness, like, "I am learning to release pain day by day." Meeting yourself where you are prevents the inner critic from dismissing the affirmation altogether. The real magic, however, isn't in passively uttering words while your mind wanders. Rather, it's in pairing these statements with a moment of focused feeling, allowing a few seconds to envision that reality or sense relief washing through your body. If your affirmation is, "I welcome peace into every cell of my being," You might pause to imagine a soft, calming light radiating through your muscles and bones. That extra layer of imagery cements the statement more deeply. In a world where technology often bombards us with notifications, consider using it to your advantage. Set an alarm that pops up midday with a phrase like, "I trust myself and my body," or create a screensaver that gently reminds you, "I am worthy of healing." If you're someone who enjoys journaling, you can write an affirmation at the top of your page each morning, exploring how it feels or what arises in response. Over time, these repeated touches form a network of positive cues throughout your day. For those grappling with persistent health challenges or emotional blocks, affirmations can become a comforting anchor. They won't eradicate legitimate medical issues single-handedly, but they will bolster your mental resilience, making treatments or lifestyle changes more effective. They remind you that you're more than a diagnosis or a difficult situation, that beneath it all, you possess an innate capacity to move toward wholeness. Next, we'll turn to a particularly potent way to supercharge these affirmations: mirror work. This practice takes your carefully planted seeds of self-talk and tends them with the warmth of direct self-reflection, allowing buried doubts to surface and dissolve under the light of compassion. Standing face to face with yourself in the mirror can feel strangely intimate. We're used to giving our reflection a cursory glance, perhaps checking our hair or outfit, but rarely do we pause to truly see ourselves. Mirror work then becomes a bold act of self-acknowledgement, one that invites you to meet your own eyes and speak words of healing. This practice can accelerate emotional release by making affirmations more immediate, more personal. Start with a simple approach. Find a quiet moment, morning or night, when you can stand or sit comfortably before a mirror. Look into your own eyes, taking a breath to settle any nervous energy. Then say an affirmation that resonates deeply with your current needs. "I accept myself fully," or "I am worthy of love and respect." Observe what rises up, maybe a twinge of discomfort or tears, if you've long withheld kind words from yourself. Let those feelings flow without judgment. For some, mirror work helps uncover hidden pockets of shame or resentment. Perhaps you realize that a part of you feels undeserving of praise, or that a critical inner voice still ridicules your features. These realizations aren't signs of failure. They're precious insights. By continuing to speak gentle truths to your reflection, you are enough. You deserve understanding. You gradually break down the internal barriers that keep self-love at bay. Many who practice mirror work describe a noticeable softening over time. Where they once saw only imperfections or flaws, they begin to see expressions of strength, kindness, or resilience. The transformation might be subtle at first, like noticing you can maintain eye contact with yourself longer, or feeling a sense of relief after each session. But these subtle shifts accumulate, instilling deeper self-acceptance that naturally affects your body's stress responses. If you face intense resistance, maybe you feel silly or upset, start with shorter sessions. Even a minute of looking and repeating one affirming phrase can open the door to more extended practice later. You could also combine mirror work with mindful breathing. Inhale slowly, letting the affirmation fill your mind, and exhale, releasing any tension or disbelief. Over time, the practice will likely feel more natural, even soothing. Sharing this journey with a supportive friend or online community can help sustain motivation, especially on days when old insecurities flare up. Hearing that others also find it challenging or that they experienced emotional breakthroughs can normalize your own bumps along the way. It's a reminder that personal evolution requires courage, but also that we all hold an innate wellspring of healing waiting to be tapped. Having introduced affirmations and mirror work, we now shift focus to those moments when negativity clings on, when doubt tells us to give up, or impatience demands immediate change. Our next step is to explore strategies for gently dissolving mental barriers and negative self-talk, ensuring that we stay on the course of mindful transformation. Embarking on a journey of self-healing doesn't guarantee smooth sailing. Often, just when you begin seeing glimmers of progress, resistance sneaks in. Perhaps an inner voice retorts, "You're not changing. This is useless." Or an old habit resurfaces the moment you feel stress. These stumbling blocks aren't failures. They're indicators that you're stepping beyond your familiar comfort zone, and your psyche is adjusting. One of the most common forms of resistance is negative self-talk, a sneaky habit that can undermine even the most sincere efforts. For instance, you might catch yourself thinking, "I look ridiculous doing mirror work," or "I'll never be able to keep up with these affirmations." Instead of pushing these thoughts away or berating yourself for having them, try a gentle approach. Note the thought, "I hear you, self-doubt," and calmly question it. Is it absolutely true that this won't work, or am I simply afraid of trying something new? This practice of mindful inquiry can soften the grip of negativity. Journaling can also be a powerful ally in facing resistance. Write down the exact statements swirling in your mind. Perhaps they read as, "I'm too old to change," "I've tried this before and it failed," or "Nothing good lasts for me." Then, on a separate line, craft a positive counter. If you wrote, "I've tried this before," you could counter with, "Each attempt brings fresh insight, and growth can happen at any stage in life." Over time, reading through these counters helps you build an internal library of encouragement. Additionally, consider your environment. If you're surrounded by naysayers or negative influences, it's easier for doubt to flourish. That doesn't mean you must cut ties with everyone who's skeptical, but you might balance those interactions by seeking supportive communities, online or in-person groups focused on self-improvement, positivity, or holistic health. A kind word or shared victory from someone on a similar path can dispel the sense of isolation that fuels resistance. It's also important to keep track of small wins. Did you manage a peaceful breath when triggered by stress? Did you notice a kinder tone in your inner dialogue, even once this week? Document these moments in a simple note on your phone or in a dedicated journal. Watching them accumulate offers tangible proof that your efforts are working, which in turn combats the voice of defeat. If at any point you feel stuck, gently remind yourself, change is a process, not a destination. Each day, each attempt at self-awareness, each moment of reflection or mirror work, these are steps in a lifelong dance of self-discovery. Resist the urge for instant transformation and trust that the seeds you're planting will grow in due time. With negativity and resistance addressed, let's explore two final yet critical elements to deepen your healing practice: the uplifting force of gratitude and the power of visualization. Gratitude may seem like a simple gesture, thanking the universe for another day, or appreciating a loved one's kindness, but it carries immense power. By focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, gratitude flips the lens through which we view life. Our minds no longer spin solely around stress or longing. They also shine a light on small blessings, which often go unnoticed. Repeating a daily gratitude practice, like jotting down 3 things you're thankful for, consistently rewires your thinking toward positivity. Over time, this shift in perspective can calm your nervous system, promote healthier emotional balance, and even improve interpersonal relationships. If you've never cultivated a deliberate gratitude habit, start small. Take a moment each morning or evening to whisper a simple, "Thank you for." It might be as modest as, "Thank you for a comfortable bed," or "Thank you for my body's ability to heal." Let yourself truly feel the warmth of that appreciation for a few seconds. If negative thoughts creep in, that's okay. Gently refocus on the moment of appreciation, trusting that your mind is learning to linger on kindness rather than fear. Visualization complements gratitude by engaging your imagination in shaping potential realities. Imagine it as daydreaming with a purpose. Rather than letting your mind roam on worries, you direct it toward scenes of health, peace, or joyful outcomes you'd like to see. For instance, if you're struggling with chronic tension, close your eyes and envision your body relaxed, your muscles fluid and free. Add a quiet affirmation. My body releases stress, and I embrace comfort. The trick with visualization is detail and emotional engagement. If you visualize more energy, picture yourself in a favorite outfit, walking with confidence, maybe even beaming at the day ahead. If you want to cultivate calm, imagine your heart beating steadily, your breath flowing easily, and your mind resting in a soothing place like a beach or forest. Let your senses come alive in the scene: the smell of the sea breeze, the warmth of the sun, the soft feeling of sand or grass. Pairing such imagery with an affirmation, "I am at peace in mind and body," helps anchor it into your psyche. Recent trends in self-help encourage combining these 2 practices. You might end your day by listing what you're grateful for, then spend a minute or 2 visualizing tomorrow's success or serenity. This approach uses positivity and hopeful imagery to guide your subconscious, reinforcing the healing blueprint you're creating. Over time, it becomes a gentle cycle. Gratitude eases tension, visualization fosters optimism, and both feed your deep-seated beliefs that better well-being is possible. By weaving gratitude and visualization into the same daily tapestry as self-love, affirmations, and mirror work, you build a robust routine that addresses every angle of mind-body harmony. With the final step, we'll see how to tie it all together, creating a sustainable plan that fits seamlessly into your unique lifestyle, propelling you forward on this path of self-discovery and healing. Now that we've gathered these powerful tools, self-love practices, affirmations, mirror work, gratitude, and visualization, the question is, how do we make them part of everyday life without feeling overwhelmed? The key is to view them as ingredients in a recipe. You'll adjust the proportions and timing to suit your taste and schedule, ensuring it's enjoyable rather than burdensome. A straightforward way to begin is to choose a few small anchor points in your day. For instance, you might have a morning self-kindness check-in upon waking, an afternoon affirmation break, and an evening gratitude or mirror session. The morning check-in could be as quick as placing your hand on your heart, reminding yourself, I am worthy of care and compassion. The afternoon affirmation break might be a phone alert that says, take a breath, I trust my journey. And in the evening, you might spend a minute writing down what you're thankful for, followed by a short mirror exercise stating, I accept today's lessons and I embrace tomorrow's possibilities. Some prefer chunking these practices together, like a 15-minute routine either in the morning or before bed, where they cycle through a short meditation, recite affirmations, do mirror work, and note a few gratitude points. Others need micro pauses throughout the day. Listen to what resonates. If you're a morning person, a dawn ritual might uplift your entire day. If nights are quieter, an evening routine can help you sleep more peacefully. Avoid the trap of perfectionism. Missing a day or feeling off sometimes is perfectly okay. Real transformation isn't about flawlessly following a schedule, but rather consistently returning to these supportive practices whenever you can. Over weeks and months, you'll notice a shift in your overall emotional climate. Perhaps stress triggers won't weigh as heavily, or you'll sense more self-confidence tackling daily tasks. Physical benefits might follow, as your body responds to a calmer, more optimistic baseline. Personalizing your routine also means allowing room for spontaneity. If you wake up feeling particularly anxious, you might spend a bit longer on mirror work or affirmations that morning. If you find yourself brimming with gratitude in the midday sun, take a spontaneous moment to write a short note of thanks or visualize your heart expanding with warmth. By staying flexible, you keep these practices fresh, not rote. Engaging with online communities or a supportive friend can further anchor your commitment. Maybe share your experiences or celebrate small victories, like, I used to dread seeing my reflection, but now I say hello to myself in the mirror every day. Collective encouragement can reaffirm that your journey is both personal and collectively valued. Ultimately, your routine is a living, evolving expression of self-care, one that acknowledges your uniqueness and adapts as you grow. In our final segment, we'll bring this all together, offering an uplifting conclusion and a final affirmation to keep your momentum going. We've journeyed through the heart of mind-body harmony, tracing the subtle yet vital connection between our thoughts and physical wellness. We explored how self-love acts as a grounding force, allowing every other practice, affirmations, mirror work, gratitude, and visualization, to truly thrive. We also learned to navigate the rough patches of doubt and internal resistance, embracing the idea that transformation is a process, not a race to the finish line. Now, as you stand with these insights in hand, remember that genuine, lasting change unfolds through gentle consistency. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about weaving these acts of self-kindness, mindful reflection, and hopeful imagery into the tapestry of your day-to-day life. Each routine you create, each moment you dedicate to speaking kindly to yourself or picturing a healthier future becomes a gift that both your mind and body can savor. Yes, life may still offer its share of challenges, unexpected twists, emotional storms, or physical strains. But anchored in practices that honor your inner world, you can meet these hurdles with a calmer spirit. Perhaps you'll find your shoulders relaxing, your breath deepening, or your thoughts more quickly redirecting from worry to self-reassurance. In these tangible signs, you witness the mind-body link blossoming, supporting not just superficial optimism, but genuine healing from within. Above all, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Old habits may reemerge. Voices of self-doubt might pop up, especially during stressful moments. Rather than seeing these as setbacks, view them as prompts for deeper introspection. What do I need right now, you might ask? How can I reaffirm my worth and my ability to grow? If you approach each challenge with curiosity and kindness, every stumbling block becomes a stepping stone toward greater understanding and resilience. Let's close with a final affirmation that unifies all we've shared. I welcome peace, love, and healing into my life, and I trust my body and mind to guide me gently toward wholeness. As you speak or think these words, feel the weight of old doubts lifting even just a little. Know that every time you return to that affirmation, you reinforce a truth. You are capable of forging a harmonious relationship with your thoughts and your body, one nurturing step at a time. Now carry these reflections forward. Let them infuse your mornings with a sense of promise and your evenings with quiet gratitude. Let them be the soft voice that counters stress and the beacon that lights your path toward a more balanced, vibrant life. In essence, you are the co-creator of your own healing, and every kind thought you plant today sets the stage for a flourishing tomorrow.